Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Review, but not a streamed episode of Minecraft Review, which means I don't have the chance to test this, and I hope I'm actually speaking right now. No, I am. It's fine. The settings are all, saying things. So we're good. We're good. We're good. Yep, we are. Okay. I don't want to end up in the situation I did with the MLP movie where I had to re-record something that I had sitting in my computer files for months, which is exactly what happened here. Basically, I realized, well, I was told when this episode actually came out, this compilation, that the verdict was in, that was caught everyone by surprise, and or not everyone by surprise. Obviously, the voters weren't caught by surprise, but it caught my friendship circle by surprise. And then and then I was told, okay, fine, I will look at this at some point once I get round to it, and then it never actually did because things have been crazy for the past 2 months. I swear, my channel's 12th anniversary is in 5 days, and I have nothing prepared for it, and I have no idea what I even would do, to be honest, because I'm also traveling tomorrow at the time of filming this. Uh, I don't know. Um, but in any case, the that we're here now, and we're gonna look to see what this compilation looks like because I'm also very curious about it. The thing about Emerald's Secret that I noted in 5 years later is that most of the moments that tell people, "Oh yeah, this episode, this is one of my favorite seasons. These as one some of the like greatest moments and most monumental, like achievements for the company and for like the drama and everything as a whole." Most of that takes place within the last 5 episodes of a 17 episode long season. Now, I noted that for me, at least just from that perspective, it meant that Emerald's Secret, again, in my opinion, is not as strong a season as everyone gives it credit for. Because if you push all the stuff towards the end, does that mean if you had the worst meal of your life, but then suddenly top it off with the most delicious dessert you ever tasted in your life, do you do you think that the meal overall is fantastic, or do you just remembering the dessert that came after? I don't know. Um, that's just to each their own. But the relevance of that sentiment for this video is that I'm imagining that most of the top 10 moments were picked from the last 5 episodes, and that's my speculation right now. Are there going to be moments that stood out in other people's minds from the earlier stuff that aren't just what you do in the forest, Aaron? Because I'm expecting that one to be in here. But aside from that one, are there other things that are stuck in people's minds? And if so, can I figure out why? So that's what we're going to do today. Let's figure out why. So without further ado, on with the review. Well, I guess what I say. Yeah, so like I said, episode 13. So we're starting off with one of the later episodes. This is, I believe, right. Oh no, this is the moment of the fall. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I remember episode 13. Unlucky for some, including Aaron.
F, I will always love you.
You never made me happy.
Please.
The best thing you could do for me is die.
I'm glad they're keeping that part because Aaron later wanted to say that the thing that hurt him the worst were the words, and then this big moment. To those that don't remember, this was the final scene of episode 13. And, if you're around the fan base when this came out, this shook everyone to their very core. I would argue this is where, like AFMAO reactions sort of hit like a huge spike, I'm pretty sure, because people just wanted to see they wanted to share in the pain, essentially, or the speculated pain. I personally thought that, considering that we saw like that height and based on the strength of the wolves, I was going to make a very rushed theory about why he could have survived the fall, just as well that I didn't because, well, he didn't. So, uh, So I was like, I'm waiting for this one. This is also before I started making AFMA reactions, so it's not like I was around at this time to say anything. Um, but with that in mind, it's yeah, I'm glad they kept the words part for the reason I said before. Uh, because that's more so to do with like the lingering scars, but obviously the scars had to originate from some place. We're not going to get to see that in this episode, but I imagine for the season 5 top 10 list, which actually has also come out. It came out 6 days ago at the time of me filming this, but I'd also missed it. I imagine we're going to see a few things relating to that. Because also Emerald Seeger was like a transitional thing for a lot of the new people tuning into AFMAU's content and craving more so the drama than the relatively light-hearted moments from these seasons prior, which is why we're starting to see a little bit of a shift here in what people selected as their highlights. So let's keep going. Yep, episode 16. I can't forget if there was 16 or 17 episodes. I'm pretty sure there was 17 because the 17 was like an epilogue. I am unsure if I can keep this in. The copyright issues now begin. Or maybe they don't. This is the second season in a row, by the way, that's brought this back to Phoenix Drop High. I guess because for, season 1, Phoenix Drop High didn't exist yet, as in high release order. Yeah, this wasn't the moment that they met, but this is the moment they first connected in some way. That's why we're here. Oh, it was Suteki Dane. Yeah, definitely gonna be an issue with copyright because this song I actually used as background for some Mutant Girl stuff, and I had to remove it because it detected it as couldn't release it. Wait, could I not release it? No, it was. I don't remember anymore. I forget if this is actually AFMAU singing or not. Because, the original song is in Japanese, like I said before. I like to look at these moments in isolation, like this flashback, knowing all the context that led to each of them. Like, while like that last one being a dream, I'm pretty sure. Not that one, the one before.
I love you.
Aaron.
Wait, but did we see their first? Did we see their kiss when they first started dating in Akon? I'm not sure.
What have
I don't know.
done?
Someone left a comment about the screams and such. I'll just let it play out. Yep, knew it. Oh, actually, that reminds me of something else I forgot to mention. That's because I'm pretty sure we hear that scream used in a couple of other situations. But what we also, when going back to episode 13, so the one before, I was going to mention that that it was I think that episode came out. Pretty sure it was April 2017. In April 2016 was when the Diaries episode, where spoilers for Diary season 2, where Aaron blows himself up along with Zane to make sure to stop him being a threat and also to rescue Gareth. And it also had the same soundtrack behind it, so it was a very poetic thing basically going into that part. And I read that in a comment actually on the original episode 13 before I watched Diary season 2. So I guess I've just completed the cycle of spoiling people in that matter. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. An early episode.
Aaron, come on, be my cuddle buddy.
No.
Oh, but Lucinda and Kim are.
Just the way he said the word cuddle buddy is perfect.
No.
But
No.
is this because I snore when I sleep?
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, did you? How did you forget about that? Oh, I guess that moment's... Is that moment gone now?
Do you think Afro is going?
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, fine. And we're back to later episodes. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's definitely a visual representation of what I was saying earlier. Not only do people have to pick the dramatic moments because they are the best moments, but also the new people who came in prefer the dramatic moments. But also that was just such a fleeting comedic moments that because there aren't that many of them in season 4. And arguably, like Emel's secret's greatest weakness, I think, is that it pivoted far too quickly from the comedy into the intense drama. If it had kept up with a lot more, with more of the antics that we were used to, and slowly transitioned us in, like season 3.5 ish sort of did, then I think it would have. I say it would have gone down better. It went down exceptionally, but it would have gone down even better for me. Anyway. Oh, I froze there. I was frozen today.
To be okay.
I honestly don't think so. After everything.
Zane.
It's been hard to talk about it. But when I think of what she went through.
Zane. Talk to me. You could talk to me about anything.
Yeah, he is. That was his opening moment, Gareth. I've already reviewed this scene. I don't need to commentate over it.
I may not understand you completely, but I'm here to talk and try to. I'm here for you, Zane.
Gareth?
I haven't been the best brother.
I just...
You can tell me whenever you're ready. You don't have to tell me now. I just want to let you know that I am here for you.
You...
I realized I had the mug here this whole time. I didn't even have plans to leave my drink at all, but there you go.
You have no idea, Gareth, what it felt like to be under someone's control. It was horrible. Not only that, we were completely aware of what we were doing. I saw him hit Af and...
Yeah, this by the way is a very interesting thing because again, to give context, Zane was affected by a throw potion for most of season 4. That was like the first mystery as to why his eyes had gone green and why he didn't remember Gareth being his brother at all. Adding to the payoff of them actually having a brotherly heart to heart, as it's called here. But because he wasn't aware of that, his own memories was what altered. It raises the question as to how aware he truly was when the full control kicked in after he saw Lucinda for the first time when she was affected. And everything else broke
There's
loose.
nothing I could do about it.
Zane.
I just want her to be okay. After everything she went through, she had it the worst. And now...
I mean, Aaron has been, stabbed and fallen off a cliff and is, in intensive care at the moment. Worst is subjective here.
Aaron... She just...
It will take time. That's all she needs is time.
Yeah, you're right.
We have all the time in
I don't know if that's all that she needs, but it's something that she needs right
the
now.
world to be brothers. Right now, I want to care about what you care about most.
Thank you.
That is being a good
big
brother.
Those eyes,
And yeah,
Aaron.
here we go. Okay, this surprises me, not because it's on the list, because it's this far down the list, because this was the first, it's a part of the first animation that that Catface Studios gave us of this nature. And they came out swinging, much like Aaron and Ian did in this situation. They came out swinging to the point where I myself made a parody of one of Porta's most known songs as a rap commentary over just the fight itself, a play by play almost. It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever done, actually. And it's also the one that people actually played over the speakers inside of a dance studio in my sixth form, actually, as the first example of one of my videos that they had actually were exposed to. So don't know what they thought of it. But anyway, back to this. I'm surprised at that download because of what it meant at the time. And again, if we're going back, casting our mind's eye back to how this was perceived originally, yeah, I'm surprised it's not like, at least in the top 3. Which makes you wonder what is in the top 3.
No control over
You're ashamed of who you are, aren't you,
Do
Aaron?
yourself a favor and forget about
I
her.
won't ever forget you.
What are you going to do?
Never seen before, but Aaron and Irene sound very different. Appropriately so. Do I ever need to say anything right now? It speaks for itself. At least in isolation.
Guys, seriously.
Okay, there we go.
I'm glad I'm like your new king or something, but I don't want cheese. I just want to get out.
Yeah, you can hear the intro already starting. You know there's going to be a short scene.
Hell!
The outro, I mean.
Oh, this is so bad.
And there you go. Okay. Am I glad that a comedic moment at least made it above the huge animation thing? I'm glad it's that high up on the list, but again, the order wise, I question here.
This is so bad. This is so bad.
Calm down, Athmau. I'm sure
Another episode 2. I might have misjudged this list.
everyone will be fine.
No. What if Aaron gets hurt? I won't be there to help him feel better, or worse off, what if he explodes?
That's almost that's actually kind of that's kind of epic foreshadowing as far as what if Aaron gets hurt and then she goes there and unfortunately ends up causing the hurt anyway.
Not only that, but I purposely sent Lucinda there, so what if she gets hurt?
Ath, look at me.
And also, I guess, Garth and Kim, right? Because they also went there as part of the first wave.
They are fine.
Zane, please think for a moment. How would you feel if you knew Gareth, your older brother, was in trouble?
You can see the difference between the brotherly heart-to-heart versus
My
how they
name is
started
Gareth
here.
And I'm a big stupid head. Now let's see what temperature do I want to set the boiler to. Explosion sounds great. The boiler exploded! I'm burning! Zane! Brother, help me!
I do like how they didn't just use either add. This is before water had obviously had bubbles in Minecraft, but they didn't add anything to symbolize the water was bubbling, even a sound effect. They added lava, but they were content with artificial flames because those are not Minecraft flames. Let me tell you. Yeah, that's what we're expecting.
What?
There you go.
Let me go!
Normally, when I see a scene like this in movies or something, I always complain because they make the strength disparity so pronounced. It's really, for episode, how many times have you seen an old movie where especially for example if two guys are fighting and then the woman who's in the scene comes in and starts stop it and starts pounding the man's chest because he's always way shorter as well, and then just gets tossed aside in one go, and it's why were you even here? And I get that happens sometimes, and depending on the situation. But this is a moment here where it's like the struggle, like trying to hold someone like that and them not being able to do anything, makes sense because of his ultimate strength. Of course, that would be the case, and of course, all he wants to do would be to hold her. Last thing he's going to try and do is like is push her away. Oh, I forgot he hadn't seen her yet. Yeah. For context, this is right before the animation I mentioned earlier. So this moment is better or people consider this better to be than the payoff of it. Okay. It was at this moment he knew he messed up.
Huh?
And then right after that is when the animation starts, like the frame after. Yeah, there it is. This is the one I was expecting to be on here. Yeah. Of course. Behold.
Whoa, what the? Who are you?
You're
I've turned into Sylvana.
so warm. What was that supposed to mean?
Af, you're here.
Of course I am. Remember?
What's going on?
I wanted to thank you for before, for what you did in the forest.
What did you do in the forest, Aaron?
There it is. That's the one quote, by the way, that when I started reviewing Emerald Secrets and for 5 years later, that's the one quote that Aiden provided before we continue. So clearly it's the memorable line for sure.
I have no idea what's going on.
I didn't know.
I think it's more memorable than some of the lines that Aphmau says to Aaron while possessed, because those are presented in flashbacks, and I couldn't try to quote any of them for you.
That men could be so kind and gentle.
What?
I don't know what she's talking about. Whoa!
You better know what she's talking about, or I...
Well, there's what if Aaron gets hurt? That didn't last, did it? All right, here we go. What's number one? What's better than what you do in the forest? Another episode 16. Yep, of course.
I hate you!
Like, yeah, I know it's a shorter season, but they're like these are all from episode 16, pretty much.
I hate you with everything I have! Someone as worthless, as pathetic as you! You are nothing compared to my love!
Yeah, this is why I think we don't the dialogue, the quotes that Aphmau says while possessed aren't as memorable, because it's a very generic dialogue. Like, it's like, you mean nothing to me, and you never did. Now perish, or something. Basically that kind of thing.
Just die!
Actually, the one line I do remember from her is, the best thing you can do for me right now is die. That one I do remember. That one stuck with me.
Need to smile.
Stay back! Stay back! Stay back!
I'll always be here for you. You stupid potato.
And that one's too specific to ever forget. Every time I see a line in anything that says I'll always be here for you, I automatically fill in "you stupid potato" in my head. And I've said it multiple times in Gotcha Review as well. Well, there you go. Stay tuned to vote for your Season 5 top moments, which has already passed, so that's not going to happen. But yeah, in fact, I'm actually going to record that right after this. I wasn't expecting to have a second contingency video. I'm glad to keep adding to the list here, and I guess not doing this live also means that I've ended up with a very short reaction, which is something I am not used to with Aphmau videos at all. It used to be the case that when I did all pre-recorded reactions, that whenever I reacted to an Aphmau video, the reaction would always be about double the length of the video itself, and this video was 10 minutes, so we're at 24 right now, so we're just over. Basically just shows that I've started to yap more over the years. Fantastic. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Because you've already seen this video, so So you probably don't care about me pausing as much as they do on the Butter Bunch. So yeah, very interesting here. It is to some degree what I expected it to be. Mostly mostly end of season. There is one moment here that I'm surprised didn't make it in, which was I guess that was like the build up to the number 10, because I like how like all of the things like started to come together, like the rescue, the rescue of Zane, ripping off the bars, like the freeing of Lucinda. Oh, actually no, that was after. It was the freezing of Gareth after that. When he gets caught and stuff. Like the two things converging at once, basically. You know, that to me, structurally speaking, would have been, I guess, a hard moment to pin down. So maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Maybe they should have called this, top scenes rather than top moments. That would have been a little bit of a different list. But anyway, at some point, I do plan to make, top 10 moments picked by me, and and to justify them to a bit more of a degree. But for that, I will. But for that, I will sit down and rewatch the show. Oh my! I wonder if I could do Phoenix Drop High ones and such as well, because there are some fantastic moments in there. My favorite moment or my favorite episode of all time from Aphmau is from Phoenix Drop High season 2. So we'll see. And my second favorite is in season 5. So we're going to see if that one made it in, because I would be really disappointed if it did not. But then again, there are some scenes that I realize that I latch onto and no one else does. So we'll see. I think this one has a lot of hope because it has to do with shipping culture. If there's one thing that we know is going to happen in an Aphmau video, and one thing the fans will appreciate, it's shipping culture. So I'm going to get straight onto that, and you'll probably see it in a couple of days, maybe 3, depending on how I plan all of these with the MLP releases. So with that, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.